Okay, hello, good afternoon to everyone. Okay, good afternoon to those from 5PE1 and 5PS2. I believe there are students from other classes and welcome join to Mr. Tan's class. Okay, so once you're on board, please type your name in the chat box as the attendance. Okay, so we will start our lesson at 12:05 p.m. sharp. Okay, while waiting for the others. So you still have 5 minutes to get ready, to prepare everything, okay, your notes, okay, your stationaries, okay, and remember, put a cup of water beside you to keep yourself hydrated. Okay, so remember to type your name in the chat box as attendance. Come on, everyone. Okay, okay, good afternoon, Jia Cheng. Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Lee. And one of my friend, even though he's not my student, he is same age as me, Mr. Chin Godfrey. Okay, he is a lecturer in KL, and welcome Mr. Chin for supporting me. Okay, so Mr. Chin, okay, you see the first one, the first viewer who commented, okay, Chin Godfrey, Mr. Chin. He is a lecturer, okay, in specialized in mathematics. Okay, if any question about mathematics, you can ask Mr. Chin. Thank you for supporting. Okay, for the rest, let me check. Okay, Jia Cheng, yes, I know. Okay, Jeremy, Mr. Sifu, good morning. Okay, good afternoon, should be good afternoon. Okay, Sri, good afternoon. Kit Jen, good afternoon. You Tom, good afternoon. Ryan, good afternoon. Okay, Tristan, good afternoon. Calvin Lee, Jack Lee, okay, Jack. Jin Yuan, okay, welcome Jin Yuan. Even though now we are in PS1. Okay, White Kid Brandon, okay, Chuan Wei Hong Si, Red Ming, Lục Gia Zhen, Yap Ga Wei, Go Kit Hua, Yi Zhuo Lun, Yue Kang. Okay, so while waiting for others to join, we still have 3 minutes. Okay, 12:03, 12:05 we'll start the lesson. Okay, so for today's lesson, I will not spend too much of time. Hopefully, I can finish the lesson by 1 p.m. Okay, and for today's lesson, you need to do a little bit of homework as assignment, but it's no quiz. Today's lesson there is no quiz, but you need to do an assignment. Okay, and just follow the previous method. You just need to snap a picture of your assignment and upload to the photo album. Let me to check your work. Okay, so Kai Fong, good afternoon. Okay, remember, if you haven't taken your breakfast, it's okay. You can eat while you're watching this online lesson, because our lesson is very flexible. You can watch this live video anywhere you like, even in the toilet also can. Okay, and you can replay. Okay, if you miss any part, you can replay, and please remind your friend to join. And our class will be starting at 12:05 sharp. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so get ready with your long book, okay, as well as your stationaries. Okay, for those who are late to the lesson, please type your name. Okay, just now I forget to mention Dere. Okay, good afternoon, Dere. Good afternoon, Jae Heng. Okay, let me check the others. Okay, so since last week, yes, a few days ago, our Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin announced that the fourth MCO, okay, the MCO will be extended to the fourth phase. So I believe we have no chance, okay, to meet each other in a short time. Okay, is it okay? Because every Sunday I will organize, okay, I will have a live teaching so you can see my face, okay, but I unable to see your face. Okay, if you wish to show me your face, it's okay, because for today's assignment, you need to submit your homework by showing your face as well, because I need to know how do you look like recently, okay, whether your hair grows very long as me. Okay, good afternoon, Kika. Okay, so the time now is 12:05 and we will start our lesson right now. Okay, so since everyone is trapped at home, okay, during this MCO. Okay, I just want to let you know, okay, just ask a question. So once our Prime Minister announced, okay, or declared the first phase of MCO, the people in Malaysia, they went to supermarket, okay, to groceries, okay, hypermarket to buy things, okay. So what things, okay, what items did the Malaysian people buy regularly? Okay, so please type in the chat box. Okay, what items do Malaysian buy during this MCO regularly? Okay, please type your name. Okay, good afternoon, Ignatius. Okay, and once our Prime Minister announced the first phase of MCO, I felt very surprised. Why? Felt not surprised, it's very shocked. Why these people, they keep purchasing this type of items? Okay, so what type of items did Malaysian buy? Once our Prime Minister announced, okay, the first phase. Okay, please type this answer in the chat box. Okay, good afternoon, Wen Yang. Okay, you are late to my class. If you are late, what should you say? Okay, so please type in the chat box. Please type in the chat. Yes, you are right. Toilet paper. So today's lesson, we are talking about toilet paper. Yes, toilet paper is with me right now on my hand. Okay, so during this MCO, we are unable to go out to buy food. Okay, or even we are unable to dine in restaurants. So people, they keep going to this supermarket to buy groceries, and even for this toilet paper, I don't know why. What's the reason for keeping the stock of toilet paper? Okay, so during this MCO, everything we use in our daily life actually is related to today's topic. Okay, the first one, which is the toilet paper. Okay, and I'm not sure whether you use this toilet paper in your toilet or in your bedroom. Okay, so now during this MCO, every morning I'm unable to go out, okay, to buy food like wanton mee na, like ji cheng fan. So I need to cook the food by myself. So every day I need to eat egg. So when we buy egg from, okay, Yong Jun Sian, senior from our Samtech senior, okay, okay, so boys, now, so every morning, I for my breakfast, I'm unable to buy food from outside restaurants outside, so I have to buy eat egg, okay, to make my half-boiled egg sang sok tan. Okay, so this is the egg tray which is used commonly, and this is related to our topic, okay, the egg tray. So after that, I have to make my own breakfast, the drink, okay. I have yogurt, okay. So the container of the yogurt drink is also one of the topic to be discussed. Okay, and the protein powder as well. I need to drink to build up the muscle. So in the afternoon, in the evening before my dinner, I have to do exercise. Okay, that's why I need a yoga mat and this yoga mat. Okay, so these all the items are related to our topics. Okay, which is known as the polymer. So even though everyone is staying at home right now, but the demand of polymers never stop because people use polymer to make gloves, surgical gloves to be used in the hospital. And these polymers are also used as the food packaging. Okay, so today's topic is related to polymer. So please get ready. If you wish to jot down the notes, okay, go ahead. Please get ready with your stationaries. Okay, so while waiting for the others, okay, Judge Yao Cheng. Yes, Yao Cheng. Good afternoon. Okay, it's okay if you are late, as long as you are with me. Okay, for those who are unable to join the lesson, please ask them to replay. Okay, so I may start the lesson right now by showing the screen. Okay, can you see me? Okay, can you see, boys? Okay. Okay, so the items I showed you just now, really, okay, like the toilet paper, okay, the egg tray, containers to keep food and drinks, and even for my yoga mat. So these are made of polymers and they are used in everyday life. So from the beginning until the end of our lesson, we are talking about polymers. So by referring to this term polymers, I can divide it into two parts. The first part, which is poly. So poly here means many, and mers here means parts. So which means a polymer consists of many parts. So now I'm going to explain and give you the meaning of polymers. Okay, polymers, they are long chain molecules, okay, that consists of many repeating units. Okay, how up to thousands of repeating units, and these repeating units are the smaller molecules. So this molecule keep repeating, keep repeating until form a long chain molecule. Okay, and this smaller molecule or the repeating unit is known as the monomer. So polymer is a big substance, it is a long chain molecule, whereas a monomer is a small molecule. Okay, and the process of making this polymer is known as a polymerization. They are produced through a process known as polymerization. So in this lesson, I will also introduce, okay, the process of polymerization is just a brief introduction. And polymers can be divided into two types, namely, okay, the natural polymers and the synthetic polymers. So synthetic here means man-made, 人造, okay, natural 天然. Okay, so first, in this lesson, I'm going to introduce, okay, 6 different types of synthetic polymers and their monomers. Okay, so the very common polymer seen in daily life, which is polyethylene. Okay, so what is the monomer? We just remove the terms poly because poly here refers to many. So after removing poly, the monomer is known as ethene. So this polyethylene is used to make plastic bags, okay, like the food wrappers in the market. Okay, we use polyethylene. Okay, the next one, which is the polypropylene. Okay, so polypropylene, by removing the term poly in front of this polymer, so the monomer is just propylene. It's very easy. So it is used to make plastic products as well. Okay, for example, our water tumbler is made of polypropylene. Okay, and the next one would be the polyvinyl chloride, or simply known as the PVC, and its monomer, very simple, we just remove poly. So the back part, okay, which is the vinyl chloride, is the monomer. So this usually, okay, usually we use this PVC to make the pipes, water pipes, okay, and this is the T bracket, the L bracket of the water pipes, or even for the plastic chairs. Okay, and the next one, okay, this one is Teflon. Okay, actually, this is the name of the brand, Teflon. So the Teflon is monomer is known as a tetrafluoroethene. Wow, why this name so special? Because previously we used poly, but suddenly no poly because this name is derived from its monomer, tetrafluoroethene. So you can see the red color one. When we combine the red color letters, you form Teflon. So the function of Teflon, okay, is to make the non-stick pan. So this is due to its properties, the characteristics of Teflon. Teflon is non-sticky. Okay, so the next part we'll go to the nylon. Okay, actually, when you go to your wardrobe, okay, when you go to your closet, you can find some clothes which are made of nylon. So these two are the monomers, okay, adipic acid and the 1,6-diaminohexane. If you think that this monomer is very difficult, it's okay because just read through will do. Because I believe that it for you, you will take some effort, okay, to remember these two monomers. Okay, just now I told you, for polymerization, it's a process to make polymer, and polymer consists of many repeating units. But why for nylon, there are two monomers, and these two monomers, they repeat alternately, okay? The adipic acid 1,6-diaminohexane, adipic acid, 1,6-diaminohexane. They repeat alternately. Okay, so the last one, the last example, actually there are more examples of synthetic polymers, but for today's lesson, I just introduced 6 types of synthetic polymers. Okay, and the next one, which is synthetic rubber. Okay, so I believe some of you, not even my students, okay, some even they're working outside, they feel that, okay, they have this thought that, hey, why rubber is not from rubber tree, right? But those rubber from rubber tree, we call them as the natural rubber. But rubber can be synthesized by man, which is known as a synthetic rubber, 人造. Okay, so another name is this neoprene. So for its more normal is chloroprene, is to make the gloves. Okay, so among the 6 types of different synthetic polymers I introduced. So for today's lesson, I want you to choose 3 only, 3 synthetic polymer and their monomers, okay, for you to study, okay, because you must have something, some information with you, okay. Among 6, just choose 3, okay. So these 6 examples are polyethylene, polypropylene, okay, polyvinyl chloride, and we have nylon, we have synthetic rubber as well as Teflon. Okay, so among these 6, choose 3 will do. So after introducing the synthetic polymers, now it's time for me to introduce the natural polymers. Okay, if you feel that my speed is too fast, because I want to finish up this lesson as soon as possible, okay, if you feel that my speed is too fast, you can let me know so I can slow down. Okay, I'm gonna check the attendance first, because while sharing the screen, I am unable to see who is giving the comment, so I need to check who is late. Okay, another senior. It's here, Roger Lam. Roger Lam. Okay, thank you for supporting. Okay, next one would be the natural polymers. So from this term natural, which means these polymers, they are derived from natural resources, okay, like starch, and it's more normal, is glucose. Okay, I just want to share you some stories regarding to this starch. Now, every day, other than eating eggs and having my protein drink, so my family, okay, my family members, especially my niece and my nephew, they really like to eat pancake. Okay, and what is the ingredient to make pancake? Is by using flour. So the flour is is made of starch, and starch is a kind of polymer, and its more normal is glucose. So these are all the natural resources. Okay, so and just now I showed you the egg tray, is it? So this egg tray actually is also a natural polymer, which is also made of natural polymer, which is cellulose, and it's monomer also same is glucose. Okay, and even our paper, tissue paper, okay, the A4 paper, it's also a kind of polymer, and they are made of cellulose. Okay. Okay, next one like protein. Okay, and it's amino acid, and its monomers are amino acids. Okay, this is what I eat every day. I eat 3 eggs per day to build up muscle, since I can't go to the school, so I have to do exercise every day. So I hope everyone will follow me. Okay, so maybe we find a day. Okay, we do exercise together through Zoom, okay, or even by using the Google Meet, not just for lesson teaching and learning. We do something special, okay, we do exercise together. Okay, next one, natural rubber. Okay, as I told you previously, we have synthetic rubber and the natural rubber. So for synthetic rubber, they are known as the neoprene. But for natural rubber, it's more normal is the isoprene. So after introducing the synthetic polymer and the natural polymer, so the following parts I will focus more on the natural rubber. So later I have quiz with you. I have quiz for you, and please give me some response. Okay, give me the answers, okay, regarding to the natural rubber. So before proceeding to the next part, okay, I have introduced 6 types of synthetic polymer. Among these 6 types, you need to choose 3 will do. 3 will do. And for the natural polymers, you just need to choose 3 will do. 3 for each type. It is okay. Okay, before proceeding, I just did here as a reminder. So when you join my class right now, I don't care whether you are my students, my ex-students, my friends, okay, my classmates, or even my colleagues. Please like this video to give me a support, okay? Because this is my first try, not the first try. This is not the first time, but by using live to teach, this is my first time, okay, due to MCO. So give me a support by liking my videos. Okay, next part. After introducing the synthetic polymers and the natural polymers, okay, and we know that, okay, polymers are formed through a process known as the polymerization. It's just easy. Polymer, you add this ization, okay, to become a process. So for polymerization, it's a process to produce polymer by many monomers, okay. So now I have many monomers adding together. So I just use an example by using 3 monomers. Actually, there are more monomers. As we know, there are up to thousands of monomers to make a polymer. So, and so on, okay? And what is the product? It's a more polymer, right? But impossible for us to draw a polymer, okay? Okay, for example, if this polymer is made of 1,000 monomers, so impossible for us to draw a long chain molecules with thousands of monomers. So we make it simple, okay? Now everything we need to go simple, even online learning, we need to go simple. No need to be so complicated. Okay, so see, when we draw this polymer, okay, just easy. We use one monomer to represent because polymer consists of many repeating units. So this monomer keeps repeating, 一直在重复，对不对啊？ Okay, so just monomer will do. And then the monomer form one bond to the left and form one bond to the right. Okay, so there are 2 bonds, one to the left and one to the right. And then I'm not sure how many monomer are there. So I bracket this monomer and put an N. And N here refers to the number of monomers needed for forming this polymer. Okay, so this is it's very simple to use the monomer, left, right form a bond bracket and to represent polymer. So in short, okay, like monomer is just like one man, okay, like one student, 2 student, 3 student, and so on, and many students, they line up, okay, in a parallel line, okay, so the hands hold hands. So the hands hold hands just like forming the bond with each other. Okay, so for polymerization, this is a simple way to show polymerization. When many monomers join together, they form a polymer. And this polymer has bond, and this bond join one monomer to another monomer. Okay, so as we know, there is a polymerization, but there is another term. It's known as and its opposite way. Okay, it's known as a depolymerization. D means remove. Okay, opposite way. So for depolymerization, is the breakdown of polymer into its monomer. So this is depolymerization. So boys, I want you to be clear that how to draw, okay, the process of polymerization and depolymerization in a simple way. So the first one, the top one, from the monomers, and then you join together by using the bond. Okay, then they form a polymer. Is that easy? Okay, got him already. Okay, so the next part, after introducing the polymers, okay, the natural polymers, examples of natural, examples of synthetic polymers, okay, and the process of making polymers through polymerization. And today's lesson, we mainly focus on rubber, natural rubber. Okay, so sorry, before going to natural rubber, that is for depolymerization. Sorry, I just need to finish this part first, only for proceed to rubber. So for depolymerization, in some situation, it is known as hydrolysis. Okay, I repeat, depolymerization is to break down the polymer into its constituent monomers. So sometimes depolymerization is also known as a hydrolysis. So from this term, hydrolysis, hydro means water, lysis means breakdown. So for hydrolysis, it involves the breakdown of water molecule. Okay, for example, starch, okay, it can be hydrolyzed, it can be broken down into its monomer, which is glucose. But in this process, we need water, we need the breakdown of water, and therefore we need water as the reactant in this reaction. And same goes to protein. Okay, before going to protein, okay, for hydrolysis, other than using water, hydrolysis of water, it also involved enzyme. So we need to add enzyme amylase for the hydrolysis of starch into glucose. So other than hydrolysis of starch, so protein, same. The depolymerization of protein is also known as the hydrolysis. So for this hydrolysis, it involves the breakdown of water molecule with the presence of catalysts or presence of enzymes. Okay, and this enzyme is known as the prophase. Okay, so next part. Okay, now officially we'll go to the next part, which is the natural rubber. So we know that the rubber, the latex actually is tapped from the rubber tree. Latex is the milky white fluid, okay, milky white liquid tapped from the rubber tree. So here is one question for you. It's a quiz. If those, the first one who can get my answer correctly, you will be rewarded. We will be rewarded, all right? Okay, so there are two methods to get this reward. Two methods. The first one, after school reopen, I'll give you the physical presents. Okay, you remind me, or else if you want it right now, okay, can after typing your answer, okay, if once I announce who is the winner, you just private message me your address and I will send the present to you by post. I am serious. Okay, so the question is, okay, where is the first rubber tree in Malaysia? Okay, the first, what is the location? Where is the location of the first rubber tree in Malaysia? So the first rubber tree in Malaysia is planted at which place? Now your turn to give me the answer by leaving the answer in the chat box. The first one who give the correct answer will be giving awards. So there are two methods. First, even you request when school reopens, or you give me your address and I will send you the present by post. Okay, let's see it. Okay, Ryan, your answer is Malacca. No, 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 no. Okay, who else? Who else? Got free gifts for you. I will post, send you by post. Sabah, wrong. Sabah, wrong. Okay, Cha Jeheng. Cha Jeheng is Perak. Perak so big, which part? Unknown, 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 unknown. Who is unknown, unknown? Please write your name. Unknown, 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 unknown. Please type your name. Who is unknown? Who is unknown? Please type your name. Okay, the correct answer is Kuala Gangsa. Yes, you are right. Unknown, unknown. Okay, so please type your name, unknown, unknown. Private message me. Okay, look, Jajan, private message me your address and I will send you the rewards. Okay, so it's planted in Kuala Gangsa. Okay, it's our place, in our state, Perak. So from latex, which is the milky fluid, okay, and now latex is converted into rubber, and this rubber is used to manufacture many rubber products, okay, from the white milky latex to natural rubber. And this process, acid is needed to convert this white milky latex to natural rubber, and this process is known as coagulation. So now keep repeating, mentioning this word coagulation of latex 3 times. Coagulation of latex. Coagulation of latex. Okay, so before explaining how a latex is coagulated to rubber product, now my turn. Okay, now I'm going to introduce the particles in latex. So the latex particle or the rubber particle, okay, this is one rubber particle. Okay, actually in the latex contains many rubber particles. This is just only one. So the rubber particles is enclosed by a protein membrane, and this protein membrane has negative charges on the surface. Okay, so what is the content within this membrane? There are rubber polymers or the rubber molecules. Okay, I repeat. So in latex there are many rubber particles as shown in this diagram. Okay, now I take one to describe. In one particle is enclosed by protein membrane, and on its surface of the protein membrane contains negative charges. And inside the particle consists of many rubber molecules or the rubber polymers. Okay, so when two rubber particles, they come close near to each other. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay. They repel each other. That is a repulsion. Okay, let's see. That is a repulsion due to the negative charges on their surface. So, which means the rubber molecules or the rubber polymers, they are unable to combine. Okay, so how? We need to add acid, right? So when acid is added, so because of acid, it will ionize, okay, or it will dissociate in water to form hydrogen ions. Okay, it form hydrogen ions, and these hydrogen ions, okay, of the acid will neutralize the negative charges on the surface of the protein membrane. So because of the presence of hydrogen ion, so the negative charges are neutralized and there are no more negative charges on the protein membrane. Okay, let's see what happens next. So when the rubber particles, they collide with each other, or when they come near to each other, what will happen? So they will not repel from each other because of no more charges. So once they collide, okay, what will happen? So the protein membrane breaks down and the rubber molecules combine, and eventually the latex coagulate. So this explains why after adding acid, okay, latex can coagulate into a solid mass known as rubber. Okay, is it clear? Okay, now I have a quiz for you. Quiz. Okay, the first question. Okay, the first winner is Lok Jiazhen. Lok Jiazhen is the first winner. Let's see who is the second winner. Okay, actually there are two choices. Very easy for you to get the answer, but I want you to give me some response. Okay, so if no acid was added, okay, because we know that for coagulation of latex, we need to add acid. If no acid was added, does latex coagulate? Okay, so yes or no by leaving your answer in the chat box and let me see your opinion. If no acid was added, does latex coagulate? Yes or no? No. Yu Tong said no. Jia Zhen said yes. Okay, there are different voices. Okay, because there are only two choices. There are only two choices. Okay, so there are different voice from you all. Okay, let's see the answer. Okay, so majority, there's no majority or minority. So the answer is average. Okay, so half 50% commented yes, 50% commented no. Majority is no. Okay, so let's see. Answer is yes. If no acid was added, does latex coagulate? Yes. Why? Because the latex is surrounded by air, right? So this air contains bacteria, and the bacteria will act on the latex, will react with the latex by producing lactic acid. Okay, remember, bacteria from the air will attack the latex, and bacteria will produce lactic acid, even though we do not add acid to it. So this acid produced by the bacteria will coagulate the latex. So this is the reason why if we do not add acid, latex still coagulate. Okay, so the next question, no, is okay if your answer is incorrect, but because there is another question for you to brainstorm yourself. Now you need to activate your brain. Don't, because we every day we keep staying at home, our brain cannot function well, so keeps thinking. So the second question, okay, we know that acid can promote coagulation of latex. So what substance can prevent coagulation of latex? So there are three choices for you: salt, like a sodium chloride we use for cooking, we add salt, or we add alkaline. Okay, alkaline means 碱, or soap. Last lesson we talked about soap. Okay, which one will be added to prevent coagulation of latex? So you have three choices. So if you have some idea, please comment in the chat box. Let me see what is your idea, whether we add salt or alkaline or soap to prevent coagulation of latex. Okay, so just three choices, and come on, give your idea which is the correct answer. Okay, by adding salt, alkaline, or soap. Okay, come on, who is giving the answer right now? Salt, alkaline, or soap? Choose one will do. Okay, just now Lok Jiajen is awarded. Remember, Lok Jiajen, please private message your address to me and I will send you the present by post, or else you remind me when school reopen and I'll give you the present, or else sorry. Okay, so the answer is alkaline. Okay, so by adding alkaline, what is the function of alkaline in this situation? Okay, because alkaline we can add, okay, ammonia solution. So this ammonia solution, okay, because alkaline, we know that alkaline can neutralize acid, okay, and this acid actually is produced by the bacteria, right? So if we add alkaline, such as ammonia solutions. Okay, so this alkaline can neutralize the hydrogen ions produced by the acid, or neutralize the acid produced by the bacteria. So this explains why for rubber tappers, before sending the latex to factory to process for processing, so they need to add alkaline, for example, the ammonia solution, to prevent coagulation of latex. Okay, so next one. Now we know that one of the characteristics of rubber is elastic. Okay, anyone, you have rubber band with you? I take rubber band to explain because this is very common rubber in daily life. Okay, so now if you have a rubber band, okay, before stretching the rubber band, okay, please refer to the three different colors. Okay, we have the green, we have yellow, we have purple. So these three are the rubber molecules or the rubber polymers. Okay, it's a long chain molecule. So these molecules, they are entangled. Entangles is translated to Chinese 卷在一起. Okay, 卷在一起, just like your 几条头发 limo 卷在一起. So now, after stretching the rubber, okay, if you have a rubber band, once you stretch the rubber band, okay, so these polymers, okay, or these molecules, they will be straightened. Okay, it's common sense. But once after releasing, so these polymers or molecules, they return to its original state, which means they becomes entangled. So this explains rubber is elastic. Okay, in Chinese mean rubber is 有韧性. Okay, 有韧性的. Okay, so this is the one of the characteristics of rubber. Okay, now other than being elastic, okay, and this part I'm going to introduce some properties or the characteristics of rubber. Okay, so the first one, as you know, rubber, they are elastic, 有韧性. Okay, and which means once we stretch rubber and we release, the rubber will return to its original state. Okay, and rubber becomes hard, okay, when they are cooled. So this explains for rubber products, okay, for rubber products, you are advised, do not store rubber products in the freezer. Otherwise, if you lose its properties, so try to avoid keeping rubber products in your fridge, especially the freezer. And they become soft and sticky when heated. Okay, this is very common because we know that if as a rubber band, if we heat it, okay, using fire, so it will melt. Okay, actually it's not melt, it becomes soft and sticky. So you see, because of these two characteristics, rubber, they are not resistant to heat. Okay, they are very sensitive to heat. When they are cool, they becomes hard. When they are heated, they become soft. And lastly, okay, rubber, they are insoluble in water, but insoluble in organic solvent. So this explains, okay, you see there is a duct here, right? So this duct actually is the rubber duct, okay, used as a toy for the children. Okay, so usually these rubber ducks, okay, the kids, they play this rubber duck in which place? Of course, when they are taking shower, when they are taking bath, is it? So why? Because this rubber, that rubber duck, they can float on the surface of water, and they're also insoluble in water, so they will not change its shape once it is placed in water. Okay, so now we know that rubber has these all characteristics, right? Okay, now I want you to think that for some rubbers, they are not as elastic as we think. If we overstretch the rubber frequently, which means we always stretch the rubber, right? The rubber band. Okay, so the rubber band will lose its elasticity. Okay, and because of rubber is sensitive to heat, it cannot be cooled, it cannot be heated. So rubber, these two characteristics would be the weaknesses of rubber or the disadvantages of using rubber. And therefore, we need to improve or enhance the property of rubber by this process known as vulcanization. Okay, repeat with me, vulcanization. So for this process, vulcanization, sulfur is added, sulfur is added in the manufacture of rubber. So with the presence of sulfur, so this sulfur will form the cross link. Okay, will form the cross link between the rubber molecules, or between the rubber polymers. So because of this cross linkage, so the rubber molecules, okay, this is the cross linkage between the rubber molecules because of the presence of cross linkage. Okay, so this can prevent the molecules to slide too much, and therefore, okay, the rubber molecules or the rubber polymers, they can return to its original state after stretching. If we keep stretching the rubber will lose its elasticity. But after adding sulfur, so sulfur will form a cross linkage between the molecules. So this will enhance the property of rubber. Okay, so how to draw this cross linkage? Okay, it's very easy. Okay, now imagine now we have two molecules or two rubber polymers. So between these two rubber polymers, you just put two sulfur atoms. You do two sulfur atoms to join them, but don't forget the bond as well. The bond. Okay, so usually I teach people to my ex student or your senior to draw in this way. Okay, two molecules, how to join? I, capital I. Actually, this I is not the letter. The capital I represents the bond. I will do. Okay. So next one. So once after treated with sulfur, the natural rubber is treated with sulfur. So this rubber, they are known as the vulcanized rubber. Vulcanized rubber. Okay. On the other hand, for those rubber which are not treated by sulfur, they are known as the unvulcanized rubber. So now let's discuss the differences between the natural rubber and the vulcanized rubber. Okay, so in terms of the elasticity, so due to the sulfur cross linkage between the rubber molecules, So for vulcanized rubber, they are more elastic, okay, and natural rubber they are less elastic. So which means if we keep stretching the unvulcanized rubber, okay, which means on the left hand side, unvulcanized rubber, if we keep stretching or overstretch, it can cause the unvulcanized rubber to lose its elasticity. Okay, in terms of the strength, okay, natural rubber they are soft. For vulcanized, they are harder and stronger because of the sulfur cross linkage. Okay, and we know that natural rubber they are very sensitive to heat. Okay, when they are heated, okay, they become sticky, and when they are cool, they become hard. Okay, but for vulcanized rubber, after treated with sulfur, they have better quality. So for vulcanized rubber, they are more resistant to heat. Natural less resistant. Resistance 9. Okay, vulcanized rubber 比较耐热. Okay, so these are the differences between the treated one. Okay, treated one which is known as the vulcanized after adding sulfur. But without adding sulfur, they are known as the unvulcanized rubber. Okay, so these are the two differences. Okay, so the last part of this topic, okay, which are the uses of rubber. Okay, just now, boys, I showed you a lot of items which I used during this MCO at home. Okay, for example, every day I use toilet paper in the toilet paper. Okay, or even I use these are polymers like the food containers. Okay, that keep the food. Okay, every day I need to eat egg. This is the egg tray, and every evening I need to do exercise. Okay, I need to use a yoga mat. So among these items, which item is made of rubber? Okay, so the answer is the last one, which is the yoga mat. It contains latex. Okay, the last part of this lesson is about the uses of natural rubbers. Okay, boys, can you list the uses of natural rubbers? Okay, now I have so many examples for you, and you also can find this rubber, the uses of rubber in your daily life. After this lesson, you can go everywhere, okay, any corner of your house to find out the substances made of natural rubbers. So these are all the substances. Okay, the first one, we have the surgical gloves. Okay, wow, this surgical gloves is in a high demand right now. And the next one is a condom. Okay, it's also high demand recently in MCO. Everyone cannot go out, so they just can stay at home. So condom selling fast. And the third one, this is the latex strip. Okay, 线 strip made of rubber. And the fourth one, that one is a stopper. Okay, it's a rubber stopper used in the laboratory. Okay, the tires. Okay, boys, for tires, the tires of the aeroplane is made of 100% of vulcanized rubber, natural rubber. Okay, and the next one is are the rubber tubes. Okay, even our pillows, the mattresses. Okay, also made of the rubber. And the last one, which is the insole of the shoes. Okay, 鞋垫. So other than this, okay, there are more uses of natural rubbers. Okay, so for today's lesson, okay, there's no quiz for you, but I have an assignment for you. Okay, so everyone, please take out your logbook. Okay, take out your logbook. It's very easy. We studied about. Okay, take out your logbook. So today's lesson is about the natural rubbers and the synthetic rubber. Oh, sorry, natural polymer and the synthetic polymer. And we also learned about the natural rubbers. So for today's lesson, okay, I just want you to listing only list. Okay, for each question, you need to list 3 answers you do. Okay, I do not want you to remember too much of answers. Okay, too much of facts. Okay, just 3 for each part you do. So now please take out your logbook. Are you ready to get ready with your logbook right now? Okay, now I want you to give, okay, the first question. Okay, today's title is natural, natural polymers. Okay, So actually, this natural polymers, okay, this lesson is about polymers, and it is categorized in as one of the topic in this chapter, in chapter 4. Why? Because all polymers, as I discussed, as I introduced previously, they are carbon compounds. Because for this whole chapter, we are discussing the same thing, carbon compounds. Okay, so for natural polymers, the title, so first one, I want you to list 3 natural polymers with their monomers. 3 natural polymers with their monomers. As I told you, 3 will do. Okay. Then second question, this one, please do in your logbook. And after that, please snap the photo. I will send you the link. And please snap the photo in the photo album, upload in the photo album, and check. And list 3 synthetic polymer with their monomers. Okay, the third question, still 3, because from the beginning until the last question, we keep using 3, number 3. Okay, the next one will be list 3 characteristics of vulcanized rubber. Okay, vulcanized rubber are those rubbers after treated with sulfur. Okay, and the fourth one, list 3 uses of natural rubber. So this is just a simple assignment for you. Okay, it's about the natural polymers, synthetic polymers, and rubber as well. Okay, so here comes to the end of our lesson. So this, please do it in your logbook, and there is no quiz for today's lesson. Okay, so if you have any question regarding to today's lesson, so do not hesitate to give your idea and ask question in our group chat in Messenger. Okay, so hopefully everyone can learn something new through this lesson, and it will help you in your daily life. Okay, especially these all things is related to what we are using in daily life. And after graduate from school, you may have the chance, okay, to have a career regarding to polymers. Okay, so here comes to the end of this lesson, and do not forget, before quitting, remember to like my video as a support to Sir Tam, and please subscribe. Okay, if any new videos, you will be notified, because coming soon I will make more videos related to non-academic. Okay, I will share my travels video with you, but these travel videos, there are some elements related to science. Okay, so and we'll see you next lesson next week, and I will let you know the time for the next lesson. Okay, so goodbye class 10, monitor, goodbye class, and thank you class. Okay, see you next week.